And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys. I hope you're all well. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Just a quick apologies before we do get into today's video. Sorry for the sort of bootleg setup. I'm staying overnight before my flight tomorrow, so yeah, sorry for the setup. But the news continues guys, and we've got some big stuff for you today, as it does seem as though Liverpool have confirmed a blockbuster deal. So we'll discuss, of course, that a bit later on, but I haven't had my say yet on the reaction from the game yesterday. Of course, for those of you that are subscribed to our sister channel, Panenka, I have done a deep dive into that, so if you want to check it out, but I just want to give you my thoughts here on this channel as well. Look, of course, another good performance, and again, another game of two halves, not negatively in that sort of first half that we've seen at Ipswich, but two halves in terms of seeing what Arne Slot's kind of all about with his system. But generally, I thought we showed a lot of control, and I quite like to see this tactical changes that we're currently doing under this new management. Of course, I love Jurgen Klopp like everybody else does on this channel. I haven't got a bad word to say about the guy. But of course, we've always been used to that sort of heavy metal football, the rock and roll style, where it's just constant. And you know, last season it did see us concede a lot of goals, and actually you see us a lot concede the first goals in games. And to be honest, whilst we did quite well to always overturn those results and actually get a win in the end, it was one of those situations that kind of left you a bit anxious. And yes, it was amazing to watch. It's quite good to see a bit of control within our games now and set up a little bit different, or play a little bit different tactically compared to other games. So yeah, an interesting one. Of course, great goal initially. To be fair, it was very much Jurgen Klopp-esque when we scored that goal with Luis Diaz on the counter-attack. But that second half was really controlled, a lot of passing, a lot of possession, and kind of, you know, quote-unquote boring our opponent to death. And to be fair, we nullified Brentford on what they're quite good at, to be fair, and that's what I like to see. It's quite good to see this tactical changes from the manager and just setting up in a different way and just having control in a game. Whilst when we got that second goal, I just had no doubt whatsoever that there was going to be any last-minute hiccups or anything like that. Just throughout the game, we were in control, and I just always felt 3 points was going to be inevitable. So yeah, happy days, happy with the start so far under Arne Slot. We've seen all of this sort of stuff in pre-season, and now it's of course taking shape within the Premier League games as well. So yeah, super happy how everything's sort of panned out for us. But of course, we've got a big test this week. And some of you might say, well, you know, Manchester United, you know, they're a bit iffy sometimes, of course, losing at the weekend. It's not a derby, but it's a rivalry, always a game that, you know, can, you know, swing the pendulum. You know, the Manchester United, I felt, were ranked rotten at times last season, but I don't think we beat them last year. So we actually lost it. I think we drew the 2 Premier League games. So it's always as an occasion for us, and it's going to be a big test for Arne Slot and these Liverpool players. And I think we'll really get to see kind of where we're at with regards to this side. But yeah, happy with the performances. Some people are going to go, Dan, calm down. It's Ipswich and Brentford. I know, don't worry, my feet are firmly on the floor, but the control that we have in these games so far has been really good to see, and I'm really happy with our performances so far. Now, moving on to sort of transfer news, guys, we have got a few days left of the transfer window. Fabrizio Romano has been stating that we are going to be making maybe some opportunistic moves towards the end of the window, and we could potentially bring in a player or two should the right deal come up. However, we have confirmed a deal, and it's been one that has been, of course, you know, murmuring in the background a little bit. However, we can now officially say that it is a done deal. We're just waiting on the announcement from our football club and our side of things. But Giorgio Mamardashvili is going to be signing for the football club. He's going to be signing for Liverpool. Liverpool have agreed a deal, and Fabrizio Romano, of course, has here we go'd it. He said earlier on today, Mamardashvili to Liverpool, here we go. Medical today for the Georgian goalkeeper as he's joining Liverpool from Valencia. The agreement for €35 million package plus sell-on clause will be signed, but now he will join Liverpool in 2025. He is staying in Valencia. So whilst the medical and all that sort of stuff is today, he won't be joining obviously our setup at this moment in time. He's a Liverpool player, but in 2025. So good business by the club, of course. I heard Jamie Carragher speaking recently, and I think he spoke about it a few times, that Liverpool kind of always plan their transfer windows 12 months in advance. And, you know, some people will probably look at that and go, that's a bit silly. But we don't panic in the transfer market. We're always looking at our long-term futures and stuff like that. And again, Mamardashvili is probably one of the brightest goalkeeper talents out there in world football at this moment in time. And we've made a real impetus, especially at the academy level, of getting the best of the best into our club and seeing them develop and becoming a good player. But this Mamardashvili one, really young for a goalkeeper, 23 years old. Another year at Valencia, another year of playing week in and week out. Top club, by the way, in a top league, and then probably will join our setup next year. Not to say that Alisson's going to be going out of the door next year, but we are sort of preparing for life after Alisson Becker. But I think that's a really, really good signing. I think he's a player that... well, he's 23 years old for a goalkeeper. That is very, very young, and the amount he's playing, and I think a lot of you may have seen him in the Euros and what he's all about, but actually looking at his Valencia performances, still a very, very, very good goalkeeper. He does have a lot of raw attributes that he does need to develop, and, you know, that's going to come with time. You know, I think he could be better with the ball at his feet, and there's certain other attributes in his goalkeeping that he could be better at, but look, the guy's a kid, he's still a child. For a goalkeeper, 23 years old, and those things will come with time and more playing time, and he's going to get that over the next year. But it's good to see that we have secured that deal, and whilst it's not the deal that Liverpool fans really want now, in terms of, well, we've got two really good goalkeepers anyway, I don't care. It's great by the club to plan for the future. And again, I keep on saying I do think the club need to sign some players in this window before the window closes, but we'll have to just wait and see with regards to it, see if anything creeps up. But the murmurs we're starting to hear is potentially a left-sided defender, potentially a number 6, although Ryan Gravenberch's kind of been playing there. It's naturally, you kind of want that number 6 to come into that role. But it's been a very, very quiet transfer window. But technically, we are not the only club now that hasn't signed a player in the top 5 leagues in Europe, as Mamardashvili to Liverpool is a go. It's confirmed, medical today, and will be joining in 2025 as he goes back to Valencia for another year. But Liverpool fans, that's all I've got for you today so far. Hopefully we start to get a little bit more across the coming days, potentially with an incoming, but of course potentially other players going out of the door with regards to outgoings. But be sure to subscribe to the channel. We'll keep you up to date with everything that happens with Liverpool and transfers, and even going beyond into the new season. We'll keep you up to date with all the news around the club, so do hit the like and subscribe button, and I will see you all next time. Don't forget to check out our summer collection, guys. They're going off sale very, very soon, obviously after the summer has ended. So yeah, like, subscribe, and go to combatclothing.com. Link is down in the description. Take care. Peace.